Hello, welcome back to Idiot Salad, the greatest bowl of stupidity since 1893. We're your hosts, Alexandria Sundstrom.
And Kyler Gia. Welcome back, Spooky Pookies. It's an amazing day today. Yes, we have a very special, this entire month has been special because of Ween month, Halloween. So, essentially, today we're going to do a little bit of a game show. Yes, that's right. We spent a long time, 2 days, like maybe a couple hours, preparing this epic event. We are going to list out a couple of weird deaths of real historical figures. Keyword real. This actually happened to people before, and we're going to try to guess how they died. So, I guess I'll start this first because I kind of have a more of a concept of how to do this.
Yeah, I'll be the first guesser. I have to guess how your dude died.
Yes.
Dude or lady.
Man
we
or
did
woman.
pick different time periods. All of his are based on
The Renaissance.
the Renaissance.
And there is one person from the early modern period, but...
I don't think that if you told them, they would have guessed that.
Okay.
But I don't know the difference between the Renaissance. Anyway. And I'm from the 20th century, which is the 1900s.
Yummy. Okay, so I guess we should just jump right into it. There's no point in waiting. All right, guys. Okay, so my first one here is I wrote a bunch of them down on this book right here. Okay, so this first one is pretty funny. Charles the Eighth of France. I didn't put any of the time periods here, so sorry, guys.
The Renaissance.
It's Renaissance. Basically, he was the king of France after Louis the 11th. I think that's XI is 11, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, anyways, he was on the way to a tennis game to watch, probably some ancient tennis. Anyways, I'll give you the context. There was a door.
There was a door?
There was a door, and he was headed out of it, and he's on his way to a tennis game. How do you think he died?
Okay, he was on the way to a tennis game. Did his little cart, run into a door? His little wagon?
What?
With the horses? I don't know. I don't know that experience with the Renaissance. My guess, his little wagon, carriage, whatever, being pulled by horses, tripped on a door. And then his wagon went off the side of a mountain, and then he died.
It's a pretty big stretch. Is there a lot of mountains in France, though? I'm not sure.
I haven't been.
Well, me neither. But I'll tell you that much, it is wrong.
Oh.
Do you want another guess? I'll give you a hint. There was no carriages or horses involved. He was on foot.
He tripped on the door, fell off a mountain, and died.
Okay, that's an excellent guess. However, it is still wrong.
How did he die?
Alrighty. So basically, he struck his head on the lintel of a door. I'm not 100% sure what that is, but it's a part of a door. And essentially, he hit his head so hard that he went into a coma and died 9 hours later.
Wow.
Yep. On his way to a tennis match, he struck his head and died.
Interesting.
Very sad. I wonder what his last thoughts were. I bet he was really excited to see that game, gosh. He was probably skipping down the hallway to see that thing, and that's why he struck his head so hard. Yeah. Hold on. I need to find out what a lintel is. Hold on.
I'll let you do that.
Yeah.
While I...
yeah, you go on.
I'm going to talk about... See, I don't know anything about France or kings or anything. My little people that died aren't really historical figures so much as just people that died in a weird way. I didn't know. I did not.
No, they didn't have to be historical figures.
Okay,
this one was
good.
just a very popular one,
Yeah.
because he's a king.
He's a king. None of mine were kings, but that's because there's
fine.
not a lot of kings in 1902 and 1900 and 1970, except in Europe. But we're American, so I talk about America. I don't know where America was during the Renaissance, but.
Okay, so I found out what a lintel was. It's apparently just like I'm trying to describe it. It's a beam that spans across openings, such as doors and windows and stuff. he literally struck his head on the top of a door so hard.
Yeah, so he was definitely skipping down the hallway.
Yeah. Or he was like doing what like those kids do in like middle school where they like jump up and try to hit the top of the door.
He was just a little too tall.
Boom. Died 9 hours later in a coma.
Man, his vertical is insane.
Must be. Either that or he's super tall.
And if he lived in like the palace or whatever, all those doors are like super tall too, where they open and it takes like 2 days.
Yeah. If they had basketball back then, he would have been a baller.
Poof, poof.
He wouldn't be going to tennis games. He would
He would go into his own basketball games.
Exactly. All right. So next is your turn.
Okay. Mine's also about sports.
Oh.
So there's this fella. His name is R. Stanton Walker. And he was watching an amateur baseball game with his friends in Ohio. How do you think he died?
Okay. So I think he might have so it was an amateur baseball game. So he was probably home team, I would have to assume. His home team was playing there. So I think he stood up so fast and he got vertigo or something, or he was probably drunk or something, and he fell down the bleachers, and just kept rolling until he died.
It's very cartoony.
I don't know, it's happened before. I've
Has it?
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it has happened before.
No, wow. That's not what happened to this fella.
Wait, can I get another guess?
Do you want another little hint?
I do want another little hint.
He was giving something to his friends.
Maybe, okay, I think he might have... Ooh, maybe he was passing, some food item to his friends, and a ball went and, struck him in the head. On the way, it was just, happened to be the perfect time. That's my guess.
You're pretty close. He was passing his friend a knife, and a foul ball hit his hand and drove it into his chest.
Oh,
and
my
his
God.
friends were like, "Hey, man, did that hurt?" And he was like, "Not so much." And then he died.
Wow. Those are some excellent last words. Just
right?
you have a knife, you're
in your chest,
and you're like, hey, it doesn't hurt that bad.
Yeah, doesn't hurt that bad, and then you're just gone.
I mean, that's a good way to go out.
I don't know. That's traumatizing for your friends.
But it's hilarious. I mean, if someone, I don't know. If someone died in front of me, I definitely would be traumatized. But if they were
it'd be a funny prank.
Shoot, man. Knife in my chest, guys.
It doesn't hurt that bad. Don't worry.
Wow, that's crazy. How did he even bring a knife into the baseball game?
It was 1902.
Okay, so they probably didn't have a lot of restrictions.
Yeah, I think that was why they said no knives. Not
That's
terrorist attacks, just
unlucky.
in case you kill yourself.
That's super unlucky.
Super unlucky.
Okay. So, my next one, Pietro Aretino. He was a great writer. He was an author, an essayist. He was not essay as in never mind. So essayist. He would also on his Wikipedia page. He was quoted as a blackmailer of some sorts. I don't even know what that means. But okay. So he was eating dinner in Venice, and there was a bunch of his friends around. So, how do you think he died? He was eating dinner in Venice. He was a great writer, and a lot of his friends around. I don't know if the great writer part is going to fit in, but,
Oh. I was going to say he was writing and his friends, stuffed a pencil in his food.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope.
I think his friends just strangled him. While he was eating, it was just like...
Okay. Okay. No.
Oh.
I will give you a hint. It wasn't something that his friends did to him, but his friends were part of the reason why he died.
They made him laugh so hard that he choked on his food.
That is so close.
Is it really?
That is very close. He died because, well, there's two stories to this. He did die from laughing too hard, but two sources, or the sources I got it from, say the two different stories were, one, he laughed so hard he fell off his chair and shattered his skull. Or two, he laughed so hard that he suffocated himself.
Oh my goodness, both are incredibly graphic.
Yes. I mean, if you've ever been tickled before, you would know that if you like laugh too much, you start to have trouble breathing, and it's like it's painful a little bit. So I would imagine that I could like. Can you imagine laughing, and while you're laughing, you're like, "Damn, I'm going to die, and I can't do anything because this is freaking hilarious."
I'd think that it would turn to be not so funny. Like, I feel like I'm dying. Oh dear. I would stop laughing. Actually, I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
I'm going to tell you, I have never been in that situation either, but I probably would go out laughing because of just like how absurd it would be, and I just keep laughing because of the absurdity, knowing that I probably am going to kill myself by laughing.
That's probably a good way to die. You're talking about going to a baseball game being a good way to die, but no, this, going out laughing, you are in the highest joy
Exactly.
ever. Yeah, I bet the joke was not funny after that.
I mean, it never said what the joke was, and I've tried looking for it. There was no
the
sources.
forbidden joke.
Yeah.
They closed it.
There was another person like this. I don't know if it's the same guy, but there was a guy who I remember reading about who died of laughter, but it was because he saw a donkey eating a fig.
Man, that's such a lame thing to laugh at.
I don't know.
It's just...
Maybe
it was eating it really
in
funny.
the Dark Ages, people, there's not a lot to laugh about. Maybe these people were so depraved of laughter that even the slightest thing would just put you into uncontrollable laughter.
Till you die.
Till you die.
Wow. I bet they preferred that to the Black Plague.
Death by laughter is definitely better than death by plague. All right, your turn.
Okay, this one is about football.
More sports.
More sports!
More sports.
So, every year in San Francisco, there is this game. They call it the big game. It's between the California Golden Bears and the Stanford Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the admission fee was about $1, which in today's money is $40 for a college game.
Oh my God.
People were not having that.
I mean, cheap, but I mean
For a college game, though?
I mean, college games nowadays, how expensive are they? Probably super expensive. So
well, maybe
I would have to say, I mean, I would understand that at that time it would not be a bargain, but at this time it probably would be. College games are pretty popular. But anyway, sorry for interrupting. Single dollar.
Know.
People were outraged by a single dollar, man.
Yeah.
If only we could live in those times.
So they were standing on a roof of a building to watch the game. Instead. How do you think? I forgot a name.
Oh.
We'll call him Timmy.
Timmy.
Yeah.
All right.
How do you think he died?
Okay. Usually people would assume that, the roof collapsed and he fell through it. I'm going to go with something absurd and say that lightning struck him at that moment.
No.
Damn. Okay. Well, then I guess my next guess is the roof collapsed underneath him and he fell.
Yes.
Several stories.
Yes. Except it wasn't one fella. It was about 1,000. And they were all standing on this brand new factory. Like brand new, only one furnace in the entire place was on. And it was 500 degrees. And these thousands of people, 1,000 people, it was 500 to 1,000 people were standing on this roof.
Did they all fall into the furnace?
They all fell down. About 600 people fell onto the furnace.
Ooh.
And there were these, what was it called? Binding rods that they fell onto, meaning that they couldn't get up because they were like impaled. And not only that, the people that did not hit the furnace just fell 4 stories down. And there were these fuel pipes that were full of what was cooking in the furnace, 500-degree oil. That sprayed all over a whole bunch of people. And then some of the fuel caught fire, which meant a lot of people caught fire. And did they stop the game? No. Stanford won.
Wow. That's insanity. Just 1,000 people burned to death impaled, and they're just like, all right, guess we got to keep going with the game.
Yeah.
Game.
They didn't want to pay. They're not our problem.
Oh my god, that's just,
Yeah, and that was during. It was during the kickoff that the roof fell. The beginning of the thing.
wow.
So there were just dead people and fire
You
next
see
to
a
me.
factory burning in the background. It's just like, oh man, can't focus on that right now. What's the score?
Go Bears!
Yeah. Well, poor souls. That's. Oh.
That's what you get for being cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Moral of the story.
I bet the people, or like the people who snuck onto the Titanic, were thinking the same thing.
Yikes. Yikes.
Alrighty. You know, I was expecting like just some like. I mean, I was going with absurd, but I wasn't expecting that. I was like thinking, if they didn't fall through the roof, then someone kicked them off, or they like fell somewhere. They're on a roof, but like so much happened in that. Oh my god. Okay. My turn. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Oh shoot! I'm gonna save this one for last. Okay. Shoot, I'm trying to find it. There's a really good one. A really good one I had on here. Ah, here we are. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think it's like Tycho Brahe. It's Tychobrahe. So he was an astronomer, and he was invited to a banquet. And at this banquet, I think he like drank a lot of water, but he didn't want to leave to use the restroom, right? So he stayed for like the entire time. It was, I don't know how long it was, but he stayed for a really long time. And yeah, how do you think he died?
Bladder infection.
Okay, that one was pretty easy.
Was it really that?
Yeah,
Oh.
bladder infection.
I bet you didn't know I knew what that was.
No,
Oh.
that one was pretty easy. I mean, the fact that it happened is very absurd.
Yeah, for a party?
Yeah, he didn't want to be disrespectful and leave to use the restroom, so he was like, I'll just hold it in. Next thing you know, he couldn't go to the bathroom when he got home. He was like, uh-oh, and got a bladder infection and died 11 days later.
I didn't know you could die from a bladder infection.
You definitely can.
Oh.
Yeah. If it's untreated, at least, and they didn't have the proper surgical...
Yes, the Renaissance.
Yep. Poor guy.
Gene
This is what he gets for being respectful.
That's why you should always be disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
The more you know.
Well, that was a short one. Anyways, on to you.
My bad. I made it not fun.
No. It was an easy one.
Yeah. Okay.
This one isn't going to be so easy.
Oh. This is my last one. Because I wrote a lot for nothing.
Alrighty.
Remember how the last game was in San Francisco?
Mm-hmm.
So's this game, except it's baseball again.
Another sports.
Go sports!
Did you just pick out all the sports one?
Not on purpose.
Oh.
They're just really interesting, like the description, and I was like, oh, sports. Okay, so it's the Dodgers versus the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
It is May 18th, 1970. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 14-year-old Alan Fish, and he attended the game, and then he died. How did he die?
Hold on, can you explain that again? Sorry.
Dodgers
Dodgers.
versus Giants.
Uh-huh.
Alan Fish, 14 years old.
Alan Fish, 14 years old.
He attended the game,
Uh-huh.
died 2 days later.
Uh-huh.
How'd he die?
Was he in the game? Or was he, like, watching it?
He was 14.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Sorry. I think... ate a hot dog with a raw meat and ended up developing a very bad bacterial infection. How far off am I?
You're pretty far off.
Alrighty. I
You
think...
put... Never mind.
Wait. Hold on. Let me guess.
I'm not laughing at how he died. I'm laughing at your answer because it's funnier.
Okay. As the game was ending, the people were like walking back to the stands, right? And he was leaning over like the area to watch them go inside, and one of them accidentally hit him with his bat,
Oh
and
my
he
gosh.
goes into a coma and dies 2 days later. How far off am I?
Oh, I forgot you were guessing. I was
Oh.
like, wow, how'd he die? That's
What?
okay. My bad. That wasn't it.
Oh.
That's a crazy story though. Man, you're gonna be a murderer someday.
What? No. Why
You
would I
laughed
do
before
that?
you said no. Too many ideas. Anyway, no. Basically, the player, Manny Matoa. Mota.
Mota?
Manny Mota.
How do you spell it?
M-O-T-A.
Why did you say Matoa at first?
Because
What?
I'm stupid.
Mota. Okay, Anthony Mota?
Yes. He hits a foul ball. Hits the boy. Right? The boy was fine. Right? He got an ice pack, got a few aspirin, and then he finished the game. The Giants win. And then he starts crying and shaking. Why would the Giants win? It's ruined my day. It was 5-4. Right? He goes home. Turns out that was a seizure. The ball that hit him in the head fractured his skull. And then he died because a piece of the fractured skull was lodged in his brain.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Man, this is scaring me. I don't want to go to any sports games anymore.
He was the first Major League Baseball fan in history to die of a foul ball injury.
Okay. Wow.
Yep.
Jeez.
Jeez.
All your man, just sports stories. All these people did like.
I listed 3. 2 of them were in 1902.
Mine was like in 14 something.
Yeah.
Hold on. Actually, wait. I want to do one more.
Please.
I think we have enough time to do one more. Okay. This one is also sports. So, King of France, 1547. I have the date for this one. Henry II. He was headed to a joust. Actually, he was at the joust. He was watching it. And, you know, he was enjoying it. That's all the context I have for you. It has something to do with his eye. I'll tell you that much.
I think that when they jousted, the stick broke and then went and stabbed him in the eyeball.
You saw this one, didn't you?
Are you for real?
That's exactly what happened. A piece of the shrapnel went into his eye. He was fine because of that. But since there was no good surgeries at the time, the surgeons were just like, we can't really do anything about this. Let's just leave it in and hope that it gets better. It didn't, and he developed an infection in his eye, and that went into his brain, and he died.
Wow.
Yeah. Was that a lucky guess?
Yes. Dude,
I don't believe you.
I think that if you hadn't said that it involved his eye, I wouldn't have gotten it.
Oh.
But that's a fun way to die.
But like
No, it's not.
There's no way you could have just guessed that. You didn't even say anything like, "Oh, I think the spear went into his eye." You said a piece of the shrapnel from the swords exploding as they came into contact with each other went into his eye. You got really specific there.
Yeah, that's because I tried to pick the most bizarre scenario in my brain.
And then my bizarre scenarios is just they get struck by lightning.
Yeah, but that's because mine were pretty predictable. You know?
They were so predictable
There
that
was
they threw me
1,000
out.
people on the roof. The roof collapsed. And then they died because
Wow.
the roof collapsed. You
You
know?
would have known.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of time left.
No, I don't think we have a lot of time.
Let's ask our production crew. Not a lot of time?
Nope.
We have. All right.
Alrighty.
I was going to ask you a question, though. We'll get your answer.
Okay.
If you were to die in the most bizarre way that was going to leave people telling stories, how would you want to die?
I would want to die going up into a spaceship and like untethering and just like pushing myself off of the space station, you know, and just floating around. My body will stay there forever.
Wow.
My skeleton will still be in the spacesuit when they find me. It'd be disgusting, but it'd be awesome.
Do you decompose in space?
In a spacesuit, yes.
Yeah.
But not like in space. Well, I think you still decompose because you have the microbes on your body.
Ew.
Yeah, but you probably won't you won't decompose as much as you would on Earth. Alrighty. I think that's all the time we have. I mean, if you want to share how you'd want to go out in an absurd way, you could go ahead.
Yeah, I got one locked and loaded.
Uh-huh.
Mine would also be sports related.
Oh.
But I would take a bat that you know how you hit a home run, they usually like throw it off to the side.
Yeah.
I'd want to catch that, be like, yay, and then somebody punches me in the face for it, and then I'd die.
They get sent to jail.
Yep, and I would be overjoyed because I just got a bat.
Exactly.
And then there's something to bury me with. My bat.
Yep. All right.
And that's all we got.
Thanks for tuning in. Leave a comment if you want to so we can like pick out new ideas for our next stuff. We may be cool and creative, but we aren't that creative. You know.
But we are that cool.
We are that cool. We may run out of ideas sometime. Please subscribe. Please.
Subscribe.
Alrighty.
To Idiot Salad.
Oh wow, who would have known that it's that?
If they're watching, they might not know.
Alrighty. So yeah, I guess that's all we have for you. Thanks for tuning in. Stop by next week. It should be our last Halloween themed.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure.
Oh wait, no, we got
There's
2 more
two
weeks.
more.
We got 2 more weeks.
Yes, we have.
Oh my god, guys, we got 2 more weeks. Yippee!
Yippee!
Alrighty. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.